me look. Yeah, there we go.
It's Friday night, and like it or not, the bad boys of HeroClix are back.
Hello, hello, ho. This is Edward. Oh, wrong podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is Lucky Dice Live. Howard Brock and Jonathan live with you tonight on this nice, cool, brisk.
Yeah, Alabama skipped the fall weather and went straight to the pre-winter.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. When I went on vacation, it's like I go away from a week and the world has changed.
It's wild how much the weather can change.
Because it was very warm and blustery when I left. Go away a week and get back and you're putting on jackets and feels like football weather now.
The weather went with you when you traveled.
Come on, slide over, Jonathan. They want to see all of you. I won't bite, I promise. Not hard.
Come on. There we go. Nope. There we go. Hey.
There we are. There's the real Jonathan, all of it.
And we got Aaron in the chat. What's up, Aaron?
Aaron, we have dissected your team and decided that it sucks, and we're going to beat the hell out of it next time that we play it.
You shook him, Aaron. You shook him.
You didn't shake me. I just had to think a little bit. There's actually, I don't want to build something just to beat your team. Your team is definitely beatable if you build something to beat it, but and I'm not going to disclose what we're talking about because Aaron's built a nice little team that he's going to play, and I don't want everybody to know what. If Aaron wants to tell everybody, Aaron can tell everybody.
Yeah, he can post the build in the chat. He made it worse.
I don't think that he wants to do that, but I wouldn't do that if I were him. But anyway, he made it worse.
Aaron, hit me on Discord. Tell me how you made it worse. I will not share it. It will stay undisclosed.
Anyway, there's a way to handle your team if you build to beat it. But I think there's a way to beat every team if you build to beat it.
Yeah.
The problem is that when you build to beat a team, that you become susceptible to something else.
You do.
The key is how do I make myself competitive against this team and yet still stay competitive against it?
At large, yeah.
So that's a little trick. So anyway, we're not going to keep talking about that. What we want to start off and lead off with tonight is something that unfortunately happened while I was gone.
Yep.
That we wanted to talk about when it came off the press. We thought the last one that we did, the last stream that we did.
Yeah. We were talking, the silver list was a hypothetical at that point.
Well, I'd already seen the list, but we couldn't talk about it yet because WizKids had not formally put it out into play. So we were told initially that it was going to be released the same day that our stream was, and they delayed this day.
For their own reasons,
Yeah, and so it happened after I left. But we won't talk about it now.
So here we have it. Wait, hold on. Wes Robertson in the chat. Are you attending the Red and White Clicks event in Indiana?
I am not.
Howard isn't, and I know you weren't asking me, but I'll answer anyway. I can't make it.
I'm not going to that. And the reason I'm not going to that is I think it's this weekend, and there's this little thing called Alabama-Tennessee football game.
It's real. I'm not even from here, and it's real, Wes.
So I'm not doing that. Plus, I just got back, and I don't really feel like leaving again because I am leaving again. Wes, I'm going to counter your question with: are you coming here to our big event?
Which big event, Howard? Because I'm looking out at the window and I see the horizon, and I see two big events out there.
There are two big events, but the first big event is the first one.
Okay, first big event is end of.
It's the beginning. Is it the end of?
No, it's not the end of. It's the beginning of. I said the wrong thing.
It's the last week of this month. It's.
You sure it's the last week? Because I thought it was the first week of next month.
Is it the first week of next month? I don't know.
Because
when does Black Panther come out?
I think the beginning of the 30th. I think is.
It's that weekend.
Yeah.
It's the weekend that it comes out, and I don't think it's Halloween weekend.
Aaron in the chat, when does Black Panther come out? We're both we have a HeroClix podcast, and we don't know when the next set comes out.
Look at the phone, or look at
man.
Look at the thing. I
don't know.
Tell you when the event is.
My wife gets mad at me when I pull my phone out in social situations. I don't have a microphone mount, so I have to set mine down.
Supercell is the second, according to Wes. Hey, Wes, How you doing, bud? So we're doing a super. Yeah, it was going to be the last. We were going to do it the week before. We had to move it to the second. So the second here in Huntsville, we're doing a super sealed. What we will be doing on Friday night is we'll be doing our live stream.
Yep.
People that want to come down Friday night can come sit in here with us. They can
crack a beer, crack wise, and kick back.
Well, they can play if they want to. They can play. We can set you up on battle royals and games right here in the loft. I can offer prizing for anybody who wants to come down and do battle royals or testing or anything like that. Come down and play.
The Lucky Dice Loft is well equipped for all your HeroClix needs.
We can you can be a part of the. If you have a question or want to see something or ask something, you can be on the show with us. We're more than glad to do that. We'll do that Friday night. Saturday, we will be running the Super Sealed, and we will be running Battle Royals. I will also have convention exclusives, which I posted on the event for sale at normal price, at what you would buy them for at the cons. I've got plenty of that. I've got maps for sale. I've got...
Should be a lot going on.
We'll have plenty of product, and we'll be able to play all day. And, of course, you won't find any singles anywhere in the country more than what you will find here if you want to buy singles.
He's got a collection, y'all.
So anyway, we're doing that. The Super Sealed is going to be fun. The Super Sealed will be Black Panther. That is release week. It is the first Saturday of release week. And it's the first opportunity it's the first opportunity everybody has. There is no pre-release. Because of the product delay, WizKids said, hey, no pre-release this time. We're just jumping straight to release. So this is the first, that Wednesday. We'll have Black Panther here. We will probably do something Wednesday night, but that Saturday is our big time, and we'll be doing
I think that Wednesday would be October the 30th, Halloween Eve. We can, crack some Black Panther here in the store. No, not yet. Yeah?
Yeah, we can that Wednesday.
There we go.
Yeah, planning on it.
So, also, y'all are invited to that, too. So,
well, I also will be opening up all the Black Panther. Just reminding me, we will actually be doing that. That's going to be crazy. I also will be doing
your crack for the eBay store and your
crack for Auxxit on Wednesday, and then we'll have singles everywhere. That week is going to be phenomenally crazy, but we will have all the singles, all the anything that you possibly could want, available when you show up, and plus some little new things, and we'll do the. I ordered extra pricing. I got extra product, so we have plenty of product to run. The unlimited, however many shows up. If I get 60 people, I will accommodate 60 people here.
It's going to be a good time, and you're invited, is what we're getting at.
Yes, and we will run battle royals as quick as we can, and I will throw in extra pricing on battle royals because I happen to have a lot of extra pricing.
You do.
And we will. Everybody will get something when they play. So anyway, we're going to have a good time. I will have to buzz out that day for a minute. I don't think I've told you that, or maybe I did tell you that.
I think you did. You mentioned that the other day.
My buddy Mitch, you remember Mitch?
I do.
Mitch is coming up, and he's going to help me that day. I've got to leave for about an hour and a half tops.
It's for a good cause, though.
Well, it's my grandson's birthday.
You could do a lot worse.
And so when the week, it kind of messed me up, is we had this on the perfect weekend. And when WizKids had the product delay, it moved me back a week, and that's the way. And I couldn't do it again.
Yeah.
The following week, I'm going to Mexico City. So I'm going to play in my states down there. I'm going to play in, I'm going to try to go to Mexico and play in the states.
Go rep them.
Yeah. So I'm going down there to spend a week with Dennis and have a good time. Looking forward to that. So anyway, and speaking of states, since we're
talking about big events,
we'll skip this for just a minute and come back to it. So states, our states is in December. The first is I think it is.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think our states is in December, the very first part of it. But states all start the second Saturday. I believe it's the second Saturday.
That sounds about right.
They all start the second Saturday in across the country. We have 52 confirmed locations all over the world. We have states all over the country.
Yeah.
We have Canada. there's at least, I think there's 5. There's either four, might be 4. There's 4 provinces participating.
Right on. Way to go, Canada.
And from Canada, we have Taiwan. We have 1 in Taiwan. We have 1 in Australia. We have 1 for the first time ever. We have 1 in Brazil. We have 5 in Mexico.
It's gonna be it's the reign of the Silver Age, y'all.
And we have 1 in the Philippines. So we're covered. I'm maxed out. I don't have any kits left. I couldn't do any. I think that, this has been the easiest year I've had of
distribution.
Of people signing up.
Right on.
And usually in the early years, I always had to go out and solicit stores and solicit places to get them in. I hardly had to do any of that this year.
We're neglecting the chat, Howard. We've got some banter from old favorites like Wes and Aaron, but we also have over in the YouTube chat, we have Jay Lumen asking, have the kits already been shipped out?
No, the kits, we're still waiting. The reason that I kept asking venues to put their orders in, pay for the kits, is I can't order maps until they pay for the kits. And so I had my last venue today pay for his kit. Everybody else was paid up before last week. I went ahead and they started printing maps and went focusing on the venues that were early.
Yeah.
This week, and so it shouldn't affect. But we have to have enough print time. We have to give the manufacturer enough time to print, ship to me, and then we ship back out. Hey, Dennis.
Hola, Denisio.
So anyway, they have not shipped out yet. I have hopes that I'm going to get, because I was asked my shipping address. That's usually an indication that they're about to ship something. Just logical thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, of course, I've done that logical thinking and been wrong many times.
Me too. I could be wrong professionally.
So I think that, why don't you just take that down, because we don't need that.
Which thing? This?
Yeah, just take that down. There we go.
Oh, now we get that good Arby's ad. $7 for a double meat meal. I'm leaving now.
Well, that's actually pretty damn good.
Okay.
I mean, comparatively, anytime I go anywhere now, it's over $10.
I think the downside of that is you do have to eat at Arby's.
I like Arby's.
Okay, you're allowed to.
I think they've got some good stuff there.
So while we're on the topic of states, what are we going to be playing at States, Howard? We're going to be playing Silver. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, when Howard took off out of the country, that's when all the lists got cleared, approved, signed off on, and Aaron was good enough to distribute it. The temporary ban list, the ban list, the restricted list, the watch list, and all that stuff about sidelines and mission points that make Silver not modern.
So what I did is I printed off some of the announcement and also some of the actual rules that they put on the rules page.
Where do you want to start, Howard?
Well, let's start right here because I think that this is. We'll do the actual figures last.
Okay.
So let's start with. Hold on a second. What is this one? Yeah, okay.
Sidelines.
We'll do this one.
No.
Do this. Let's do that.
Bada bing.
Let's go in that order. So the build point is 400 points, which we already knew.
We did.
No more than 200 points of a team's force may be set up for modern age legal, that's pretty much the same. The change here is no more than 1 game element on a character's main force may become from a set that's modern age legal. That's a little different. No more than 4 sideline elements may come from a set that's modern age legal. If a player would score 1 or more mission, this is different, and we're going to talk about that because it talks a little bit more about that right here. But if a player would score more mission points from any effect, that player instead scores 10 victory points per mission point that would have been scored. So we're going to come back to that. So you get victory points now for mission points versus.
It's a fair trade.
Versus getting just winning the game with mission points.
Yeah.
So I will be the first to tell you that I am not a proponent of mission points.
Why, Howard? What's your beef with mission points?
I just don't think they're a part of the game. I just think they're. I think the game should be won in battle, not won by accomplishing meaningless things in the game.
Barnstable's adding some clarity in the chat.
if that game element is 201 to 400. So
That's
what that means is that you can play with. They put that in there to play a larger figure.
play a tent pole.
Yeah.
Play a big modern piece like
Yeah.
your Doomsdays, your
Yeah,
Dark
'cause
Sides.
The only element that is more than 200 points is the actual figure.
Yeah. Thanks for the clarity, Dr. Barnstable.
So that's why that was put in there. So I like that rule just fine. That allows somebody, if they want to play dark side, they can play dark side, or play a 400-point piece. They can play a 400-point piece and go solo. They can play a big Kong.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I like that rule. I don't really care nothing about mission points. I have not been a fan of mission points since they were introduced. I'm still not a fan of mission points, and I just never will be.
It's a non-combat victory situation in a combat-based game. And back to the chat, Dennis says, let's say you play Dark Side on your main force. Can you play a modern age game elements on your sideline?
No, because that would soak up all of your
Modern points.
modern points. So I think that you cap out there. You have to, if you play a big figure and you want to use something, if you want to attach something to them, then you have to go back to the older stuff. All right.
Anthony Barnstable adds clarity. Yes, if they are free.
If they are free, that would make sense. Yeah, like if you have a Khonshu.
Thank goodness somebody here knows the rules. Anthony, if you want to come be Howard's co-host next week, I'm inviting you. Someone who knows what's going on.
While Anthony's there, Anthony, I have not looked at the list that you give me yesterday. I will look at it whenever I get home and give you an answer. Sorry about that, bud. I got a very late start today, and I stayed home honestly all the way till about 4 o'clock. I got a hold of Renegade Games because I got a problem with something that they're doing. I put some events in. Anyway, I did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That at the house it's easier to do there. All right, so how will sidelines change? So this is the next thing where WizKids wrote a little bit of an article
On the sideline.
yeah, so if a similar vein to the point cap, we are placing restriction on sideline construction. No more than 4 game elements placed on a player's sideline during forced construction may be sets legal in modern age. So it's basically what was happening is that everybody was using modern or golden age pieces for their sideline, and so you can still use modern age pieces, but they don't.
But we're capping it.
So if you're using older pieces that are not modern, or I guess the way to say, if you're using non-modern pieces, people were then using all modern elements
On the sideline.
and for the sideline, and so now they've changed that to where it's kind of half and half both ways. I think that's a good thing.
It's good. It's keeping it beefy.
All right, so how will mission points change? It's pretty simple. What they're doing is we make an adjustment to how mission points function in Silver Age. When we expanded Silver Age to 400 points, they had concerns about mission points. I've always had concerns about mission points and still hate mission points, but they raised the goal mission points needed to hit 30. However, the players were more clever than they thought. Imagine that.
Go figure.
And we had to issue several bans to pass these to prevent mission from dominating the format. Still, though, they want to use mission points, so they because they want to have another way of winning the game, which I don't think is silly because the game is the game. But a lot of what is preventing me from playing some games is when they do scenarios. I like to fight. I don't like to just do scenarios. Sometimes it's fun, but
Yeah.
anyway. A player would score more than they are instead. So now you get 10 victory points per mission point scored. This both acts to slow down mission point teams, as the effective number of MP needed to win is now 50. It also opens up the mechanic to other teams to build with. Any team can now dip into mission points and add objective-based gameplay to its victory condition. So what you're doing is you're getting victory points, but you have to get 50 mission points to win. So
Yeah.
So victory points. I want to make sure I understand this right. So if you got 5 mission points on 5 consecutive turns or whatever, that would be 50 victory points. Would you win with that? I don't think that's what they're saying.
I hope somebody who knows. There you go. 500 points to end the game.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so you're not going to probably win with mission points, but you can, but they are going to affect victory points.
Yeah, it affects scoring.
Yeah, it's going to affect scoring.
Which I think there's stuff out there that might be viable in interplay. I can recall Worlds 2 years ago when Wrecker Prime was still a thing. I had one cat running Wrecker Prime, missed minutes, and he was just. If our game had gone, if there had been time before time, if time had been called one turn later, he would have won a mission point round.
So right here it says, Aaron, if a player would score one or more mission points, they instead score 10 victory points per mission point scored. So does that mean if a player scores one or more mission points, they instead score 10 victory per? So if you scored on a round, you scored 10. If you were to score 5 mission points, you would get 50 victory points.
No, it just says you just get 10 victory points, right?
Well, that's what it's very worded. If a player scores
one or more, they instead score 10.
10 victory points per.
Thank you, Wesley.
Scored.
Okay. There you
go. So they would get 50.
Bum 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 bum.
So that means what that means in a lot of cases, if you have something that can pump out mission points.
Which there are.
If you can do that, and you can get to 300, the only way you can lose the game is to be wiped out.
Yep.
So, what I will tell you is I don't like it.
We don't like mission points. That's
Don't
the
like
official
it.
stance
Don't
of
like-
this podcast.
Yes, we don't like it. We want them to go away.
We don't like mission points, and we're 50-50 on Arby's.
Yes.
And,
So now, let's
in
go.
further Silver Age news, the restricted list.
So they did a lot of things. So the restricted list is kind of interesting. Now, I also want to point out something. What is really neat, if we have officially adopted, did this right before we left, we officially adopted HC units as our team builder, as our use for tournament play.
System, yeah.
It's where all players should go and build their team. Which we found a bug tonight.
Yeah, we did.
All right, so I wish Clay was on. I'm gonna message him later. But if all players would use this, what the benefit of that's why you guys don't have any meat in Mexico.
Okay.
No, there's no meat in Mexico according to Arby's.
Who has
Where's the
meats?
meat? Yeah, where's the meat? Not in Mexico. Anyway, if you set up for Silver Age 400 points, modern Silver Age 400 points, not modern, but the current Silver Age,
the silver standard.
Points, it prevents you from building a illegal team.
Yes,
and it will only allow you to put so much modern on there. So we found a flaw with Aquaman. So Aquaman,
you can't add multiple Aquaman.
yeah, because I don't know why, but we found a flaw. We tested it on every other figure. And
hey Clay, you know that great thing you made for free and let us use it no charge? You did something wrong.
well, I'll let Clay know. I mean, he wants us to let him know. There's a bug with Aquaman where you can't put multiple aqua even
in silver.
Yes.
At 400 points, regular old silver, not silver 23, 24, not the other silvers, just plain old silver. Try it at home. See if you can do it too.
Well, we didn't try it in modern age. It may be working on everything.
Well, we did try the other silver age though. Remember?
I didn't think it worked there either.
It didn't.
Yeah. So
That's what I'm saying.
It could be modern age also. It could be across the board. We just know that.
Yes, he did select the team up.
It was a team up.
Because you can't use multiple game elements of the same name with a team up card.
Ah, that would be why.
Bada bing.
Because we didn't think about that.
I think we didn't.
Sense.
There we go.
There, that answers that. Well, anyway, so no flaw. Clay knows what he's doing, and we don't. All right.
Go figure.
Anyways, it prevents you from building illegal teams. Especially, and we tried, and we tested it, and we thought we were right, and we weren't. It was wrong. So see, it works. Mm-hmm. That's all we wanted to get across. We did that on purpose to see if y'all are paying attention.
So jumping the track back to the restricted list. I don't know if you guys play League of Legends like I used to, but there used to be mythical items in the game, and you couldn't have more than one mythical item on your team. The restricted list to me plays like the mythical item list from League of Legends.
What I was going to say is what I don't like. One thing that I wish that Clay would add to when I'm building my teams, and I build a lot of teams in a lot of Silver Age.
Yeah.
All right, so when you are building your team, it will keep up, obviously, with you've got 200 points of modern, you got this much, and you maxed out your modern, which is great.
There should be a checkbox for the restricted list.
Well, no, they got that. That's there too.
No, right on.
Yeah, that's already there. But when I'm doing a search for figures, all right, let's say, for example, I'm looking for ruler.
Copy.
Okay. So I'm looking for ruler, and I've maxed out my modern age. I'm only wanting to look at figures that I can actually use, and it brings up all the figures. So I have to go through there and figure out which ones. What I wished it would bring up is just rulers that I could actually still put on my team.
Gotcha. It probably can. We just it's probably another thing we just don't know how to do.
I haven't. Well, it would have to be. There's not, because I've already tried it. You do your search option. Your advanced search option. You'd have to be there, and it's not. So anyway, back to
the restricted list.
The
restricted list plays well for me. I am happy with the restricted list.
So on the restricted list, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures. You can play all of these figures, but you can only play one of them.
Only one of them may be on your build.
Yes, and it's an interesting mix.
I think it's a great concept. I think it's a good fix because when it was rolling over to silver, I said, "Oh man, I'm really not looking forward to."
It's kind of like a mini Highlander, but all these figures are considered on the Highlander. So you got Necron, you got Carnage Silver Surfer, you got Maggot, you got Scott Porter. And Scott Porter.
Other different or Scott Porter.
For me, this was harder to do than I thought it was, because I obviously like to use Scott Porters, and I want to play Carnage Silver Surfer. And not being able to play Scott Porter with a Carnage Silver Surfer it kind of sucks for me.
Yeah.
Because it took away. I don't care about. Necron's cool, but I didn't really care about him, and I didn't really care about Maggot, but. That was my biggest problem on that list. Was I wanted to play Carnage Silver Surfer, and I couldn't because I wanted to put Scott Porter or vice versa.
Yeah.
All right. Temporary ban list. Tell me if you have any problems with any of this. Spider-Man 043B. That's the Prime.
That's the Black Suit Prime.
Yes, which is super duper deadly. I never played with him.
I never used him. Yeah.
But I had him wowed me a few times, so I can't say I miss him. Now these guys, I don't like these guys.
You have a deep embedded hatred for the A60 chase list of the Masters of Evil, in short.
Yeah, because and specifically the one that bothers me was the King Killmonger. I don't like that 50-50 rollout that he provides. So Black Skull, Dark Phoenix,
King Killmonger,
Doom Supreme, Kid Thanos, Hound, Ghost Goblin, Iron Inquisitor, and Thor, and their team-up cards, and Mephisto. You can't forget him. All of those guys
are temporarily banned.
Yeah, and I don't think that any one of them is, except for King Killmonger.
Yeah,
I don't think any one of them bothers me that much. Just playing,
but I think it's good them coming so hotly played out of Modern.
Yeah, the swap outs and then being able and kill Killmonger is such a good defensive piece.
Yeah,
it makes you hesitate in attacking, and typically what happens if you attack, if you have a figure, and most people do, that is equipped.
Yeah.
You attack that team and kill Killmonger. Killmonger.
That guy.
He's attached to all of them, and what happens is things are gonna go well, and you're gonna do what you want to do. But there's a better chance, or it seems like what happens to me is you go out there and you string yourself out, and badness happens, and the game's almost over at that point.
It gets ugly, y'all.
All right, so Chthon, I don't know, man. I don't.
I think it's a good idea just because of the volume of play Chthon gets. I think the temporary ban list. I'm with you. I see this list and I think, hey, this is pretty good. I think this gives them we're not saying you can't come play.
Makes it fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's the better.
It was Chthon or Blackheart, and Blackheart went to the vet and came back different. Blackheart got neutered hard.
Well, which Blackheart are you talking about?
You know which Blackheart he was talking about.
The other Blackheart, the one that produces stuff. That Blackheart is nasty. It's illegal.
For those of you on different interfaces participating in the show, Aaron Morgan in the Facebook chat stated that Aaron who
it was Chthon or Blackheart.
Yeah.
The newest Blackheart is nothing. So who cares if he got banned or not banned? He's been neutered to where he doesn't matter. The old Blackheart is the one he's talking about. He allows the senior to self-activate, but you got okay. But I think he's talking about the old Blackheart, the one that is still nasty. The one out of I think it was out of Amazing Spider-Man.
No, it was out of Rise and Fall.
Rise and Fall. Okay, that Blackheart is still going to be played. Okay.
He enables the super rare one to self-activate.
Yeah, Blackheart Senior. Yep. All right, so now
I think he's saying super rare, not senior. I don't think there's a Blackheart Junior or Blackheart the Third.
Yes, there is. They had children.
And going down the list, the stop signs.
Okay, the stop signs, they're all the stop signs plus the nifty traffic barrel, which does the same thing. And that's just, I guess, because they wanted to get that out of there. Everybody was playing it and impede you being able to attack, charge,
get in there,
and everything. And it's just an added element.
Yeah, to quote the poet Larry the Cable Guy, getting in there to get her done.
All right, so that's all the temporary ban list. But then we have a permanent ban list, I guess?
A not temporary ban list, the ban list. And hey, you know what? Also fine with this. There's nothing on this. I'm gonna hit you guys. I'm gonna sing the greatest hits from my new album, The Ban List. Sing along if you know the words. All special terrain dials. Note, this does not apply to special terrain that does not have a dial. All ID cards. Say it loud, y'all. All ID cards. WizKids, Blackbird Resource Dial. The Fast Forces Penguin. Avengers, Defenders, Hawkeye, Prime Vulture. Goodbye, Prime Vulture. We don't miss you.
Well, these guys were already there. So
yeah.
There are some new ones here, some that we thought might be coming on.
Wingard, Scarab, Legion, Molecule Man.
Maria Taggart.
I'm Blue Batman. It's, the Amit's Tomb is new.
Yes.
All Black, the Necrosword, Mad Jim.
What do you think about? So they made this is an interesting thing. So if you look at Agatha Agatha was legal last time. That's
yes, yeah.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch was not
the
legal,
witches.
But the book now is legal. The book with Agatha. So the book was legal before.
Yeah.
But now the book is legal without Agatha and Scarlet, and it's because of the bubble that they put out that takes away everything. I don't have a problem.
I'm fine with this list. This list is 100% certified cool.
Necrosword because of what it does. Jasper's because of what he does. Catwoman, I don't remember which cat. Oh, that's the Catwoman that only takes one click at a time.
From the animated series, no, I don't think that's that one. I could be wrong.
It's 013, I think it is.
It's a shame we don't keep HC units pulled up on the monitor while we're.
There's a unique Catwoman.
I know what you're referring to.
So what does this Catwoman do? Somebody tell us what Catwoman does.
No, the Traitors.
I don't know what that Catwoman does.
Okay. Yeah.
I know why Eternity, Mockingbird. Actually, I don't know why Mockingbird.
Then Ensign Laren from Star Trek's on there because they hate Bajorans. You heard it here first.
I see. I mean, just looking down the list, all right, the watch list. All right, so Myrn needs to be added to the ban list.
You think so?
Yeah, I hate Myrn.
He's Urware.
Trick arrows. I'm not really bothered by one way. The Elsa Bloodstone really doesn't bother me any. Beholder, who we haven't even got here yet. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Major Logan, which I think is fine. I mean, I've seen him in play. I think he's needed versus I think he's the anti-meta.
You think so?
Well, I mean, when I say that, when I say anti-meta, he's an answer to some of the meta people are playing.
Gotcha.
Take him out, I don't know that you have. I don't have a problem with Major Logan being played. Beholder, we haven't played yet.
No.
Peacekeeper, I don't know if that's a big deal or not. Proteuses, I don't really care about. Trick arrows, I mean, they are what they are. I mean, they are powerful, but maybe they don't need to be in the
They
game.
are in their Swiss Army knife and their
They
adaptability to the problems on the board.
They can do a lot of stuff. Why is Thug on there on the ban list?
Which
Why did
one?
we get rid of Thug?
Boom.
Because he's cheap.
Beholder is there because of the ability to reroll d20s and ability to set up promised crit hits in silver. Interesting.
Well, you know, then maybe they should have thought about that when they damn made him. I mean, you just
Play test it.
I mean, it's pretty sad when you have something hitting the floor, and it's already on a ban list. There's something wrong with that, whiz kids. There's something wrong with you producing a watch list on a figure that
ain't
hasn't
even
even been used yet. I mean, that's.
Y'all look out. Howard's too deep in his Mountain Dews, y'all. The real words are coming out now. Thug can get any keyword. Thanks, Wes.
I still think it's that big a deal, but I get it. I see why on all these other ones.
Yeah.
I don't know why Big Show. I guess I've never played with or against Big Show, but I guess he does
There's
something.
some WWE action down there on the bottom of the list.
Unis the Untouchable is still untouchable. He's on the ban list. Giant Girl, I definitely know why. I know what Alex Wilder does. Yeah, some of these guys. I don't know what all of these guys do, but
I understand their HeroClix elements.
overall, I'm pleased. I
Yeah.
guess the only thing I don't. I guess I'm okay with everything,
But,
but I wish mission points would go away. I hate them.
okay.
That's my only would be my. You have any complaints on this?
No, I'm very happy with it. Like,
Well, pro or against mission points?
mission points, I think if mission points were played more, I think they need to be nerfed more. But the issue is that they don't see a lot of action at high level. Like, there's probably kitchen table games going on all over the country right now where mission points are involved. But like I mumbled into the microphone earlier, you have disdain for it, and I do, because it's a non-combat victory situation in a combat game.
Well, I think WizKids keeps trying to come up with an alternate way of winning the game, and they keep trying to they keep making things as an enticement to use it, and
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's asking for that.
I think right now the best ways to win a game are to have the best team and to play against me. I think those are the best ways people can win at HeroClix.
I guess Wes says, I guess meta time stealer players would play with Dingo anyways. So what do you guys think? I mean, is there anything that
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
So is everybody 100% happy with the ban list, or do they agree with us about
Say your words in the chat.
huh?
I'm
Yeah.
talking to
Yeah,
the.
do you agree with us about mission points, or is there something else on here that you think, damn it, we should be able to play that, or damn it, we should be? I guess I have two complaints. I guess my complaint is the
Only
watch
two?
list. Yeah, just two. My complaint is on the watch list, because I take mission points, but it's not the watch list. It's not Silver Age. I think mission points should go away altogether.
At the WizKids level.
Yes, I just don't like. I've not liked it since it was introduced, and I've not liked it any more any given day since then.
So mission points, I think you could pivot mission points into something what are they, the plot points or the main character
Yeah, the
points?
plot points.
I think you could pivot them into something like that where you have X mission points and these characters can use sidestep, or hey, someone in the chat who's not me. I think it's pretty balanced. Mission points is either super lame or super broken. Overall, it was a great update for Silver. Your friend and mine, Alec Musser.
Yeah, I don't like the mission point or the mission point change. The other thing that I don't like on this list, I also said, and it's not that I don't think that they might be right in putting it on the watch list. I just think it's a shame that you have a new figure that hasn't even been played yet that's on the watch list.
And I'm tracking the chat while you're talking, and they're already talking about Beetlejuice being looked at.
Beetlejuice is Woo.
He's brutal. I got a sneak peek of that. Somebody was passing around a picture of it in line when we were waiting at Worlds.
I got it. Here's what I want on the watch list. You know what I want on the watch list?
The creative team, the people designing
The play testers.
There you go.
I want play testing on the watch list.
Ooh. See, Howard gets a couple of Mountain Dews in him, y'all, and he's ready for a drive time radio show where he's lighting people up.
Yeah, the play testers need to be on the watch list.
So you guys have thrown some words out about mission points. What about the ban list? What about the watch list? Does anybody have any thoughts on that? Like I said, I think the parties that composed the ban list, the watch list, and even the restricted list, I think they did great. I think you're making silver fun. Not that meta is unfun. I think developing meta, loads of fun. That's playtesting's tons of fun. But I think also there's pieces that come out of the box and it's like, oh boy, this is the I
don't disagree with what you're saying, Aaron. My problem is that if it's a problem, why did we create it that to be a problem to begin with? And again, put playtesting on the watch list.
Yeah.
I just think that a lot of the things and a lot of problems that we encounter, HeroClix players see immediately when a figure is released.
Oh yeah.
And how can playtesters and WizKids not see? I mean, we've been talking about Beetlejuice from as soon as Beetlejuice was
released, visible
immediately.
previewed.
And I was at Worlds when that happened. We immediately like, oh my God, how can they have done this? And that's my point: is that it should be there's something wrong. We should not be making figures. You know, and for you guys, just for reference. When I say we, I say Rock, and I would say Aaron as a representative,
An associate,
of Rock.
a fellow.
Silver Age is our age. It's something that WizKids gave to us. But even though it's ours and we run it and it's our format that we adopted it, ultimately WizKids has the final decision on what the rules are on Silver Age. They let us run the World Championship, and that's an official. that's official. I don't disagree with you, Wes. I think that. So anyway, what I was saying is it's our official. It's something that WizKids said here. This is y'all's baby. It's under y'all. We're gonna let you run with it, and it's a format that they created and.
But you guys are tinkering with the engine, and they're telling you if it's street legal or not. Yes, that's the way it works. You guys.
So Aaron has Rock, and Aaron representing Rock has a hell of a lot to say with this list and suggestions and ideas, and those get passed on to WizKids. And I say, and most of them. They agree with us on, or we agree. We come to. There are some things that we don't.
Yeah.
That they do because they feel like it ought to be this way, and it's something that we might protest and we don't disagree with. Hence, they like mission points. We may not like mission points, and we may want them to go away, but WizKids may still want them in there. And ultimately, it's their decision.
Yeah.
And vice versa, if there's something that we want in there and they don't, that we want, or maybe we want to do an errata or something like that, and they don't want to do that, then it's their decision.
Yeah.
But I'd say probably 90% of this is stuff that we've agreed with or suggested or we're a party of incorporating. So it's just so you guys know that.
So popping back over to the chat, with some dislike for mission points. I don't think we've had any pro mission point. Nobody's taken the I'm in favor of mission point stance tonight. The ban list is great, says Alec Muster. I think Auxxit Tomb being banned tamed the mystical teams quite a bit, along with Chthon. I think Silver has a lot to be desired. The only thing I can see being an issue is Starro.
Wait a minute, go back to that. Who said that?
Alec Muster.
And he says what? What did he say?
That Auxxit Tomb.
No. Where did he say something about being desired? Where'd you read that at?
It's the second line. I think Silver has a lot to be desired.
Has a lot to be desired, as meaning that it's desirable to play, or is it's missing a lot? Yeah, that's why. So I think you mean it's desirable to play. I think is what Alex is saying.
Okay.
I think that's what
The only thing I can see being an issue is Starro Legacy, and Colossus Prime. Boy, if only you knew.
Yeah. Alec, you are right in there, buddy. You are just hitting the nail on the head.
I think the comment of the night is Dennis over in the YouTube chat saying, I don't like Arby's, but I like the changes to Silver Age.
You know what, Dennis? Mozzarella sticks are good at Arby's.
That's okay. No one's beefing with mozzarella sticks. Wes talking about Beetlejuice being a bigger problem than the Beholder in his opinion.
And I don't think either one of us would disagree with that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The reason, I'm going to tell you why.
Please.
All right, Beholder is a lot of points.
Yes.
He takes up a massive part of the team. So, yes, he does some things that are just like BS, but he's just still one guy.
And based on the leak is Beetlejuice is what? Is he sideline starter? He can start on the sideline?
Yes, and he's pretty cheap.
Ooh.
So he affects things immensely.
Yeah, he's dirty. Overall, bans restricted and watch list are great and opens up more figures to be played. Alec, I feel like you and I'd be good friends if we were hanging out, dude. Yeah. There are definitely some of that going on, says Aaron, in relation to...
So I'm going to tell you something funny about Dennis when we get down to him.
Okay. Sorry, let to be desired was a typo. Alec is clarifying himself. And then Dennis thinks I'm funny, which there used to be Arby's in Mexico, not anymore. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, so... All right, so... Do you know what I have that Dennis never had, and I took him to here in Huntsville?
What's that?
And I got him hooked on.
And that is?
Taco Bell.
Hey.
Now, Dennis is from Mexico City, and I have him hooked on Taco Bell.
That seems wrong in a lot of ways. It's,
I took him to Taco Bell, and he liked it. And I didn't know how much he liked it, but every time he will message me in the middle of the night saying, "I wish I had some Taco Bell." Or he goes to California and he goes, "Guess where I'm at? I'm at Taco Bell."
That's funny.
It's hilarious. Now, I told him, and I mean, if you just accept that it's not authentic Mexican food, and it is what it is, it's good.
No, it's fast food. It's good for your tummy. It's good going in. Not always true for the.
Now, what is Aaron saying? He's saying the Whiz Kids coming.
So there's definitely was some of that going on. He was talking about when you were talking about the back and forth.
Yeah.
With Whiz Kids.
Yeah.
He was for time stamping these conversation pieces.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying. He's saying there was definitely some of that going on. He was concurring with what I told him. Like anybody doubted me, like I need you to say that, yes, Howard, that's what was happening. When I speak, Pharaoh has spoken.
There you go. Pharaoh of Huntsville. That's doesn't get any better than that.
But no, I'm actually relaying. It's not me that was really involved with that. I mean, Aaron, what did he say?
Alec and Aaron buzzed in at the same time, and Aaron made a true statement. Hey, all Lucky Dice Games, we play Hero Clicks every Wednesday night, and every Wednesday night there is a rule dispute, and it is true.
Yeah.
Howard usually pulls out his phone and says, "Hey Siri, call Aaron."
Yeah, because
and then we have a 20-second
we
conversation.
we were trying to figure out what the pink powers were last week.
Yeah.
Like, where'd these come from? I don't remember pink powers.
It's telling us to roll dice. What kind of dice?
What do you do with these pink powers?
But it's
you mean
funny.
I can move 2 steps for free?
I will hear about 8 words over the phone from Aaron every Wednesday when Howard calls with a question or two. He's like, yeah, how does this power interact with this power? And then Aaron knows the rules, which is his job. And yeah.
Well, why do I have to know anything if he knows it all?
That's that's the benefit of knowing people, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't have to try to remember things anymore. Just
Alec
call Aaron.
Buster's having thought-provoking conversation here. We're chuckling over. Do you guys think the vastness of Silver, with all the figures that shouldn't interact with each other, causes newer players to not try it out? You know, I had that thought, Alec, because that's. If you know who I am on Discord, I'm on the Rock Discord, and I make the joke about myself that I'm a better pilot than I am a builder, and I'm not a great builder to be.
I have an easy counter to that.
Okay.
What new players?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, if we got a.
I think that maybe some.
Yeah.
But I think that those people that we're talking about probably get lost in modern age as it is anyway.
But I think that there is a vast selection. But I think Alec Musser in the chat, and I see you at the bottom of the chat, Kev. I'm going to drop down and say hey in just a second. But I think the ban list and temporary ban list takes a lot of. There's teams that punish you just for showing up to the table. And I don't mind losing. I take that back. I mind losing, but I hate when I lose to a team that's like, well, you're not going to roll dice, and you're not going to do this, and you're not going to do that. I'm just going to punish you for 2.5 turns until this is over.
Well, let me answer that question and really answer that question.
Yeah,
I'll be funny about it. I think that depends on the state of the venue and the players at the venue.
Yeah, because we've had a new player come along. Yeah, we had a young man. He's probably middle school, high school freshman come along and play with us, and we're not crushing him, blowing him out of the water. We're not being pushovers.
Who are we talking about?
Isaac.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that doesn't matter to him. It doesn't. He doesn't differentiate between even modern and silver or anything at the moment. They're just all hero clicks. What I was going to say is that if you're all right, so let's pretend we're just talking about competitive players.
Let's pretend.
All right. So as a competitive player, what he's trying to say is because of the amount of decisions and choices that you can make.
Yeah.
And in Silver Age, affect them wanting to play because it's like your encyclopedia just added on like double size. So you have a whole lot more books and have a whole lot more reference material. I think that tools like HC units makes it easier for those players because they can look at things fast. But I think it depends on the player base. Wes has got a good player base down in Birmingham.
Real good player base.
We have a good player base here, and we're very helpful to each other. If somebody is building or if somebody needs something, we go out of our way to try to help them get it or loan it to them.
I'm of the mind that I'd rather have friends than pieces of plastic. So if I pull an extra unique and I know somebody in my play group needs it, for the sake of fostering community, I just put it in their hand and like, hey man, if you have anything extra down the road, maybe give it to me. I'm not going to ask anything of you.
So if the community, let's say the vets of the community are open to silver and they are what I would like to call a true HeroClix community, where they are helping each other and loaning stuff to each other and making sure that everybody can play, then I don't think it's a problem. If you're in an area where, say, everybody is new, then the accessibility to maybe older figures is a little bit harder. That would possibly keep them from wanting to play. And then if you've got a HeroClix community where the vet players are negative to Silver Age because maybe all they want to focus on is Modern Age, or maybe every time something retired they got rid of their crap. Yeah. Then
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
I know I traded out my Adara the week that was rolling over.
So if they're like that and they're negative towards Silver Age, and they can affect those players around it. So I think it's really community based. Yeah. For the most part, on whether people want to play the older stuff. We've taken a positive outlook to silver, to whatever. I like silver okay. I like modern okay. I like pulp a lot. I love sealed the most.
Yeah, sealed's my favorite. Give me a battle royale any day. Dropping down back to the chat, Kevin Charles says it's Hollywood famous person Jonathan Spencer. Kevin Charles is probably one of my best friends on the planet. He's from Northwest Arkansas, where I lived and resided for a few years. He's stalking me on Facebook now. Good to know. Thank you, Kev. And then Aaron says, hey, you got to roll dice against me, so good to know. So in reference to my comment about teams punishing you for showing up, Aaron, your team is one of those teams.
Did you get to roll dice?
I did. No, wait. I think I rolled for Super Census, so that's technically rolling dice. Aaron says fostering a play group to help them understand different formats is huge. I concur. And then anything clicks over in the YouTube says silver is intimidating when you haven't played in a long time or are new. I'm gonna amend your statement for myself. Anything clicks and say hero clicks can be intimidating on any level. I think earlier this year I had to. Go ahead.
Why would silver be? All right, if you haven't played for a long time, that means that the figures that you would be more familiar with would be silver, and so I think that why wouldn't modern intimidate you as much as silver?
I think it goes back to some of the other arguments we've seen here tonight, which is that silver cast a wider net over possible pieces, teams, powers, interactions that you would see on the board. And then last but not least, Kevin Charles, Kev Chuck, says, that's all you think I'm stalking you from, in response to my comment about him stalking me on Facebook. Everybody add Kevin Charles as a friend. He's a cool guy. He's smarter than me and almost as good looking.
And when we're through, the auction just ended, but when we're through, Jonathan will give you out Kevin's phone number, and you can all call him up.
It's area code 911. My biggest statement hey, Aaron Morgan, we're wrapping the show. We're getting ready to go to the brick break. Aaron Morgan, leaving us on a good note, says, my biggest statement for silver is focus on what you like as game mechanics. Focus on building around that. Shrink what you were looking for. And then Kevin said a phone number. I'm not even going to read the number because I don't want to, somebody's going to call that and then call Domino's Pizza or something like that. But I need to excuse myself. I have to get up at 5 a.m. for a child's soccer game because that's how parenting I am.
Once again, somebody that doesn't have priorities right.
Yeah.
Putting things in life and family over top of HeroClix. I don't understand it. The only thing that I think that should take precedence over HeroClix is Alabama football.
There you go. It's a good time, y'all. Hey, thanks. Stay tuned for the brick break. We're going to chop open some Masters of Time.
Masters of Time. Definitely got the bricks.
You know what to do, chat. Not Arby's. Don't call Arby's. Dennis,
I now know what I'm bringing. I know what
he's going to come with a suitcase full of big beef and cheddar.
Yes, sir. I'm bringing you some Arby's when I come down.
Chat, you know what to do. We're going to the brick break. Pick a super rare from the Masters of Time set. We need nomination and a nomination seconded to be our bounty piece for this week. Start typing them in. Hey, you Auxxit, I'm looking in your direction. Give me something to work with, y'all.
Well, we're doing something special, which you're not here, so you don't get to hear about it. No, I'm allowed to, because it's been so long since anybody's won. I think we're going to bump it up and do
two bounties, two bounty pieces.
Yes,
2 super rares. I'm going to tell you this, y'all. No matter what you say, Clock King is going to be open because he's stalking me. I see his little clock face in my.
Oh, I have something funny to say.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so this man's most hated piece of all time was Clock King. Hate. So I looked down. And on Jonathan's team last night,
Wednesday.
What he's got on it?
I had a Clock King.
He's playing a Clock King. I'm like, what the hell?
I was playing a dice manipulation, and I need, you know what I need silver to do? I need silver to errata Clock Kings at the end of the turn. Or at the end of the active player's turn, everybody takes a token off. I need that to be a D6 roll for the opponent. That's what I need. Get on that silver. Errata that junk. All right. Hey, anything click says Constantine. And on that note, I'm going to leave you all.
You're not voting yet. I haven't called that. You have to wait.
I bid you adieu. Kev, I'll see you on Discord.
All right, let me get set up, guys, and then we will do our regular booster draft. Or break into the boosters.
Have a good night, man.
Good night. See you Wednesday.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk some more about team building this weekend.
Please.
All right, guys. So we only got, I guess, now for future reference, we've got next week that we'll be doing our live stream. And the following week, I'm not sure. I have to look at the calendar. Let me look at the calendar here. It's 10/18. So on 10/25, I'll be here. We'll be doing our thing. On 10/1, the week of 10/1, next week will be our last Masters of Time. Hey, What's going on, Nate? We got some company just showed up. I might get them to come up here and help me do these. So on the 25th, which is next week, that should be our last Masters of Time that we're opening up, hypothetically. On Wednesday, the 30th, we will be doing our big release day auction where we have singles. And then on the 1st, we will be live streaming here. And we'll be having people possibly come up for the Black Panther Super Seal that's on Saturday, but we'll be doing that. That'll be Black Panther brick openings on the 1st. Saturday will be again will be our event, and then on the 8th I will be in Mexico City, and Dennis and I will be live streaming from there, and we will be doing our brick break from Mexico City. So that's for the next 3 weeks. We have a little bit of alteration. You want to come up here and help?
Yeah, sure.
So I put this behind us.
Used on the box again?
Yeah, it's just easier to keep up with it that way. Now let me get that calendar down.
What do we got as the,
We haven't chose yet. We're about to do that. We'll get these out real quick. All right, so we're going to throw a legacy card in the pile. If you want to open that up, lay them out. I'll go ahead and add prizing in. I'm going to add a spin ring. I'm going to add a Psylocke team-up card. I'm going to add a Robin. This Robin is from Streets of Gotham, super rare. I've got a Vartox from Superman Wonder Woman that I'm adding in. And I'm going to do this one. Guys, if you haven't, you might want to consider playing this. It's actually pretty good in silver. Proxima Midnight Spear. It actually can get around some stop clicks and stuff and go ahead and kill somebody. So just might want to think about that one. And let's see, we'll add in one more. Let's add in a Cyclops from Regenesis. Okay, marker. Let's lay them all out right here. Let me number these and then we'll pick the bounty figure. And 9. Okay. Now, another thing before I'm getting ready, we've talked to you about that we were going to be able to do call-ins on the show. We had to order something that we hope would be here by today, but we should have it next week. And we should be able to take live calls next week and be able to actually have people on the phone with us and do some other things. So anyway, that's coming up. Let's go ahead and pick the bounty figure. Now, what we're going to do this week is we're going to choose 2 bounty figures. We're going to do 2. It's 2 super rares. Hold on a second. I got a bunch of stuff popping up on the screen. It's blocking everything. All right, so we're going to do 2 super rares. If any one of those super rares are pulled out of your booster that you won, then you will win the bounty. It's been a long time since we give away the bounty pool. In fact, we have not given. So I got Swamp Thing as the first one. I've already got Swamp Thing. Now I got a Constantine over here. Swamp Thing. Well, that was too early. Yeah, I told him I hadn't called it yet. So anything clicks. If you want to say Constantine again, it's going to probably be Constantine. So we got Swamp Thing. We got 1 nomination for Constantine from Dennis.
Yeah, I messed up with the Clippers, Dennis.
Desparo. We already got Swamp Thing, so Shadow's been nominated. So I need a second nomination on Desparo, Shadow, or Constantine. There's a Constantine. All right, so we're looking, if we pull Swamp Thing or Constantine out of your booster, you win the prizing, and then we'll start over again. We have not had the entirety of Masters of Time. Nobody has won the bounty.
Yeah.
and it goes back further. So it was, what were we before that? Deadpool?
Yeah.
So somewhere in Deadpool, we started building this bounty. When we pull legacy cards, we can actually count how many. When somebody wins it, we're going to pull the legacy cards out and count them and see how many bricks it's taking to win.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it happens tonight. It's a double chance. We got Constantine and we have Swamp Thing. If we pull either one of those, somebody's going to win this huge amount of bounties that we got here. I've got 2 tubs and another. Really, we basically got 3 tubs full. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll start it off with number 1. Oh, okay. Not a bad opening booster. So we've got Time Trapper common. We have Prehistoric Warrior common. We got Batman common. We got Beast Boy uncommon, and we got Intrigon Prime as the good prize out of that one. So starting off right off the bat with a Prime. Congrats whoever got that one.
All right, going into 2.
I'm gonna be mad if somebody doesn't win tonight. I really would.
With 2.
Yeah.
So starting off with a common Mr. Mind, common Batman, uncommon Red Arrow, common Animal Man, and then your rare is Supergirl.
All right. So now, I think somebody's gonna win this damn thing. So if nobody wins in this first brick, we're gonna add a 3rd figure onto the next brick. Somebody's gonna win.
Okay.
All right. So number 3. It's to the point that I'm worried about finding a big enough box to put everything in.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Okay. So we got whoever's got number 3 should be pretty happy. Who's got number 3? Anybody? Speak it up. I can find you without you telling me. Number 3. Right there.
Yep, PK Russ.
Yeah, PK Russ has got number 3. Congrats. PK Russ. He's also the one that did Swamp Thing and Shadow. So we got a Mr. Mind common, a Batman uncommon, a Black Hawk Pilot common, a Dr. Fate uncommon, and you have a Chase Harley Quinn, my friend. Congrats on that. That's our first Chase and first Prime. We've already pulled a Prime and a Chase tonight. Not bad.
Yeah, starting off pretty good with this brick. Not super Booster 3, you've got a common Detective Chimp, a common Blackhawk Pilot, a common Velociraptor, a uncommon Anthro, and then a rare Nighthawk.
Brian, are you coming over for the Super Seal? You better. All right, number 5. Brian Ross is PK Ross. I didn't know that till just now. PK Ross. He's one of my buddies. He helps judge the Rock Cup. He's over in Georgia. You better be here, man. I'm going to be so disappointed if you're not. We haven't pulled a super rare yet, have we? It's all been just chases. No. All right. Per Degaton, rare, Easy Company Soldier, common, Animal Man common, Prehistoric Warrior common, Batman uncommon. So we should have super rares in these last 3.
Yeah.
Somebody's about to win. I can feel it. It's got to be in these last ones.
Yeah. Booster number 6, starting off with a common Deadman, a common Time Trapper, uncommon Sergeant Rock, uncommon Cinnamon, and then you've got a super rare Clock King.
Clock King, huh? Clock King, first super rare. I wish Jonathan had been here to pull that one.
He would have too.
Yeah, he would have. Okay. We got a pretty good figure right here. I don't think it's the one we're really looking for, but it should make somebody pretty happy. You have League Assassin common, Genie Hex common, Superboy uncommon, and Superman common, and I think maybe one of the most desirable super rares in the set, Batman. Okay, we should have one more super rare left, and maybe something in there.
Yeah, so looks like it's gonna come down to that.
Looks like we're gonna be adding in a super rare maybe.
All right, booster number 8, starting off with a rare Batman number 32, common Daxamite, uncommon Hal Jordan, common booster gold, and then a set of trick arrows.
Okay, first super booster could possibly have, it's possible, have a, you looking for the knife?
Yeah, marker.
Oh, okay.
Get more.
Right here. All right, so let's see. Obviously, we have a Beast Boy, which I think I was building a team and almost built it and almost had Beast Boy on it. I pulled him off, but I think he's actually could be used in a meta team. Wonder Woman team up card, Beast Boy obviously, Black Hawk Pilot common, and Robin rare, which is a good rare. That's what you got. And now we're going into another one. So right now we have Swamp Thing and we have Constantine. So let's pick a third super rare to add with those two. And if we pull any one of the three, somebody will win. And that we add a legacy card. So so everybody vote. Give me another super rare. Iron Fist LE. Come on, guys. Need super rare. I need a super rare. Not named Swamp Thing. Not named Constantine. Got a Moonstar from Regenesis. Shadow. All right. I need a second nomination on Shadow. I'm adding in a Collector from Black Panther. Come on. Only got one nomination so far. Wanting somebody to win tonight. If you got a booster in this brick, you really want to be nominating right now. Let's add in a Red Skull. All I've got is Shadow so far. Oh, there we go. Shadow it is. Hello, Grace. How are you? Did you number them already? Okay. Did you mix them up?
I did.
Okay. All right, so number 10, whose turn? It's your turn, right? I did the big, yeah, your turn. All right, so number 10. So now we have three possibilities: Constantine, Swamp Thing, and Shadow. If we get any of those, somebody will win tonight, the bounty. Tonight. If we don't win tonight, the next week, I'm going to bump it up and we will pick 4 new ones. We're going to keep going until we have them all picked. Somebody's going to win.
All right, booster number 10. You're starting off with a common Time Trapper, uncommon Cinnamon, a rare GI Robot, uncommon Sergeant Rock, and then you also got some trick arrows.
Trick arrows. One of those trick arrows is very good. All right, so I'm going to number 11. Number 11 is my favorite number, so that means this one has got to be the bounty. This bounty has to be in here. Has to. I just feel it. Number 11. Well, it's a good booster. It's a very good playing booster. But it doesn't have what we were looking for. You have a Green Arrow rare, awesome figure. Wonder Woman, uncommon, awesome figure. Genie Hex, common, good figure. Superboy, I'm not really too fond of Superboy. Uncommon, and you got a Time Trapper who is underrated. That's that one. Now we're going into, what is that, number 12? Going into number 12. Come on. We haven't pulled a super rare yet.
Here's the first super rare. So booster number 12, you've got a uncommon Red Arrow, uncommon Hal Jordan, a common Detective Chimp, a common Mr. Mind, and then your first super rare for this booster is Madame Xanadu.
Yep. All right. If this doesn't work by next week, what we will do is we will do the opposite. We'll pick stuff, and anything that's not picked, well, if it's in there, you win. All right, number 13.
Person, yeah.
So number 13. Come on. I can't believe how hard it's been to get a deck to win a darn. Oh, this is a good booster. I'm actually playing this figure on my competitive team. So you got a Animal Man common. Nate got a full dose of this guy last night, or Wednesday night. You got a Talia al Ghul uncommon, a Booster Gold common, Trick Arrows, and then you got Blue Beetle Prime.
Yeah, that Blue Beetle, he took away Impervious from like 300-point Kong, pretty much just took him down in one turn. 300-point Kong was just deleted. So this is a good booster too here. Still not one of the.
Oh, look at that. That's what's interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's two in a
This
row.
is weird.
Yeah, that's two in a row.
Plastic doesn't have tape on it. It's just like melted together.
Huh.
Okay, so booster number 14. You're starting off with a common Velociraptor, common Superman, common Daxamite, uncommon Beast Boy, and then you've got the Reverse Flash Rare Prime.
Yeah, so that's 2 primes in this brick, and 3 primes total in the case.
Just 1 prime, right? The Madame Xanadu was just normal.
No, we had another prime in that set.
Oh, Blue Beetle, yeah.
I had Blue Beetle, you had that one, and we pulled something in the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
What was it that we pulled? It was something.
Petrigan.
Yep. Very first. Yep. So that's three primes. Number 15. I hope that doesn't interfere with. Hey, Nicole. What we've done, Nicole, is we've chose 3 super rares. We've upped the ante. So if we pull a Constantine, a Swamp Thing, or a Shadow out of any booster, you win the bounty. And as good as that sounds, it hasn't worked yet. We're down to three boosters and a super booster. Well, somebody. All right, so this wasn't a winner, but somebody's going to be happy. It's the other super rare, another super rare that you really want to have. So you got Superman common, Lady Blackhawk uncommon, Detective Chip common, League Assassin common, and you have a super rare Dark Side. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, booster number 16. Starting off with a common Batman, uncommon Supernova, common Blackhawk Pilot, common Velociraptor, and then you've got Batman number 33 rare.
Which hunter? Batman. Okay, this is the last booster, plus the super booster. Ugh.
I'm surprised we didn't.
Well, I'm gonna up it to 4 next week. We'll pick a whole nother 4.
We still have the super booster, I guess.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, that could be in there. So we have a Dead Man common, a Prehistoric Warrior common, an Easy Company Soldier common, a Supergirl rare, and an Anthro uncommon.
How many super rares have we pulled so far for this?
I pulled Dark Side, and we, I think,
Madame Xanadu, that it?
yeah. So that Prime kind of took the place of maybe that super rare.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of Constantines inside of these. But
Yeah, I know.
This doesn't have one.
The most common figure I see in there is the reverse flash.
Yeah, usually with the flash up there, right?
Yeah.
All right, number 18, the Super Booster. You got a Anthro Team Up card. You got a Nighthawk Rare, a League Assassin Common, and then your Colossal figure is the Green Torch.
Well, guys, I don't know what to say. We are trying really hard. So next Friday, we will pick 4 new super rares. And if that doesn't work, and the next break we'll do 5 super rares. And somebody's going to win. We'll keep going till it's just we have every super rare chosen. And the first super rare pulled will be it.
Yeah, I can't believe we had 3 and we didn't get it.
Not a one. Well, even if we started with 3, and we had those same 3, we
Yeah,
didn't
we didn't get any of them.
Yeah, we didn't get any of them. All right, guys. Well, that's it for tonight. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys did too. We will go. We will be here next week. Again, next week I will be here. Gotta look at my calendar to remember what I'm doing anymore. Next week we're here. It's just a regular one. Hopefully we'll get, then the first is gonna be the special one for we're having an event that weekend, and then we're flipping over. We have we have one more Masters of Time.
Yeah.
One more Masters of Time, and then we're flipping over to Black Panther on the first.
Yep.
All right, guys. Good night, everybody. For those that are nearby, I hope to see you in a couple weeks.
Good night, guys.